Okay, guys, this is going to be a new live stream or live chat. I've had, I'm helping out numerous people on how to make these wooden American flags with their logos. And so, besides answering tons of emails and talking on phone back and forth, I'm going to go ahead and try to show them how I actually place my logos and stuff on my flags. I will still, the ones that need help, I'll still remote into your computer and show you how I actually use the program. So this is going to be new. Um, I hope it works out. Like I said, I know we went live earlier tonight with the family, but this is just for the ones that are interested in how we build our flags, try to help people answer the questions. So a lot of it's going to be from me actually building the flags. I'll talk a little bit as we go. But just tonight we had 6 or 7 emails how we actually placed our logos on, what was the process. So I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit of it tonight. So we'll get started, and I'll answer the comments as we go, as I see them here. Hi, Tim. Second, yes, this is the second live stream tonight, especially with the kids. We go live. Some nights I do the live stream when I get off work, just because the family's in asleep. And then we kind of reward the kids with the live stream throughout the week if they're good. So they really enjoy live stream and getting to interact with everybody on our live stream. So this flag here, I've already put its first coat of polyurethane on. I've never really walked through the whole process, but when I make the flags, they will, after I get the flags made, I'll bring them in here. They'll look just wood, just painted. There's no polyurethane on these, but after I get them painted, or after I get a coat of polyurethane on, I'll move them into the next room and put the strips on the back of them. So it's kind of the process. So I'm going to put this logo on. I've got about 6 logos I got to put on tonight. So what I'm going to do is go through and put the logos on first, and then I'll come back and then we'll put the polyurethane on, and then we'll let them dry overnight. And then we'll put another one on when we come back when I get up in the morning. So. Vicky knows. Oh yeah, you do know where that is going, don't you, Vicky? Yeah. So try to get this set. A little bit behind on the flags, getting them out, but it's been so daggone busy here lately. And what I'm doing here is just gonna show me the center. I know the center is gonna be right here at about 19 1/4. This flag here is a 30 by 16 3/4. I'm so picky on these, so it'll give me just a second. Vicky, your flag should be shipped out, I would probably say the day after tomorrow. I'm going to put 2 more coats on it tomorrow, and then it'll be ready to be shipped out. Joe, if you're in here, if you have any more issues with that program, please let me know and I will get with you and we'll do another remote whatever you call it, team viewer, and I'll help you out there. So that's about the easiest program I know is the one I've got, because I'm not really computer smart. So that's the program I use. And if you're new to this, I mean, some of our first videos, we do have videos out there of us actually building the flags from the very beginning. Just take your time when you're pulling this off. And I always save this, I'll put it over here on the side, because most of the time I can get more than one use out of it. So I'll try to save as much as I can as I go. Perfect. The second one I got here is going to another YouTube channel. What is the name? No, this one. This one is going to be going to Rick in Jacksonville, Florida. And his YouTube channel is Molo Forms in Jacksonville, Florida. Here, I'm gonna get this cleaned out here, and you can see with your own eyes. And this logo will be going on a large. It's going to be a 30 by 16 3/4. And Steve, if you're on here, I'll go ahead and answer your email here in just a little bit. I just started getting a lot of emails about the same question, so I thought, well, I'll just try a live stream walking through this. Try to read some of the comments as I go here. Yeah, hopefully I should have it done here in a day or so, ready to ship back. And this is a this is going to be another like a homesteading channel. It's got some small words up here, so I've got to be careful. And I don't see. And I don't know much about this channel. I did stay up and watch some of the videos last night. I know they have a lot of chickens. They've got goats, Kiki goats, and I did see that they had a beehive on that last video that I watched right before I went to bed last night. Make sure I peel this out right. I don't know if Rick's on here. Thank you for the super chat, Matt. Thank you. Rick, if you're on here, I'm probably going to wait until to post. I mean, actually put this on a flag, because after Rick sent me this logo or his design, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it out. But I'm going to let him look at this before I actually place it on a flag, just because of the way the animals come out, how the goat is outlined and the pig and stuff is all filled in. I've seen Rick in there earlier, so I don't know if he's in on this one yet. I don't know. I'll probably take a picture and send this to him, or if he comes on here. If you're on there, Rick, take a look at the logo and see if you like that. I'm going to hold off before I actually put this on the flag, because I'm not too for sure about the goat. I don't know if you want that to be filled in as the pig and the chicken, but I'm going to put this up here. This is the second one. Let me grab this other flag. I have to go somewhere else just a second. Go ahead and clean this off before, as if you've seen some of the videos before, all my flags I keep them on a rack in the other side, so they get a little bit of dust on them. That's one reason why I go ahead and put one coat of polyurethane on it as soon as I get done with them. That way they're not hard to clean off. Thank you. I've been doing it for a few years. I mean, I take a lot of pride in what I do. When we first started this, it was just a hobby, but it's kind of turned into something now. So now I make sure that I send everything out, as if I was going to order something. And I did at the beginning, but my flags don't look nothing like they did when I first started. Obviously, the more you do it, the better they get. And this one's going to be another U.S. Navy, just like the one I put on. Thank you so much, Vicky. Don't have to do that, but I do appreciate it for sure. And if y'all aren't, or if you're not subscribed to the Payne family, go subscribe to their channel. They're trying to reach They're 30,000 watch minutes they've got left, so they can get monetized. That's really big if you're a YouTuber to get monetized. That's really big. So go check them out. Matt, if you would post your link up there, just in case we have somebody new that isn't subscribed to your channel. And the numbers the numbers and letters printed on the side here, that's not how they're going to go. It's just I put them this way to save on the vinyl. Besides cutting one long piece, because I can save that piece there. This part does take a little bit of time, but you got to do it slow and steady, because if not, you'll end up pulling letters off. And I've done it before. I've sent somebody a flag missing a letter or something, and that's very embarrassing. But we've always made it right. We just put another one in the mail and go on about our business, because we want everybody to be happy with their flag. And with Christmas coming up, it's got crazy already. Just with that last video we posted here last week, all of our flags we've made in the last couple years. But it's kind of like a second job, I guess. I'm taking a lot of vacation time closer to Christmas and Thanksgiving to actually start getting some more flags in stock. We got several in stock right now, but we're not going to have enough by Christmas, before Christmas gets here. So yeah, this is the first time yeah, this is the first time I've ever made this logo. This one's a new decal, so we got several, Navy, Army, Marines. We have all of them, I do believe, that we've made before in the past. So, and if we don't have a logo that you're interested in or whatever, just send us a picture and we can make it. If we can't, we'll let you know or refund your money. But there's only been one that I haven't been able to make, and that was actually like a portrait picture. So, but it's a little bit harder. I'm waiting on Rick to confirm another logo that I've made earlier for him. As soon as he sends me a message, they'll be cut, but they'll be a little bit more difficult to peel out because they're so small, but we'll get it done. Yeah, these little bitty pieces take a little while. You ought to try to design the little chains. That's took a while. Now, if I miss your comment, I will leave this live chat up, and I'll be sure to answer them throughout the evening. Okay, that's the logo. that's the deal with our channel. We got so much going on our channel. The family, the dogs, the woodworking, and we haven't even got started with the shirts and the vinyl cut, you know, showing how we actually cut it all out and design it. And I'll do that here soon. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to use the same transfer tape as I did on the other one, just not the same location. Matt, have you got that logo on the shirt yet? I seen you had a YouTube shirt on tonight, but I didn't recognize that the logo was there. And if someone does this regular or full-time or no more than I do, if you have any advice on things I can do better, I will definitely take all the advice that I can. Like I say, I learned all this on my own, so obviously there's probably ways I can do this better. Always try to get the most out of everything I use, so. Ed, if you're still in here, we did a live chat earlier with the kids, and we opened up the gift that you sent the kids. Thank you so much. They really enjoyed it. Hopefully on my next days coming off, we can actually go to the back to the pond and see if we can catch some fish on it. That'd be pretty neat. We're going to make a video on it for sure. So thank you so much, Ed, if you're still in here. about all I can use on this piece. Now, I've always found out if you pull from the left side, for some reason it comes off easier and it doesn't leave the letters down. So I don't know if that's just me or what the deal is, but it seems to work. There you go. Yes. Once again, thanks, Ed. The kids really loved it. Kayson was over at my brother's, but the other three, or the older two, really loved it. So they'll probably get more out of it than the other two would. But you know, they've been begging to go fishing already. And I'm going to wait on Rick. I wish they'd come on here because I've got the phones tied up right now. I just don't know about that logo. And I don't want to put it on there and he not like it, so because that's a long ways to Florida to ship a flag. So I'm going to go ahead and put the polyurethane on these, and then I'll poly the rest of the flags and send him a message later on if he doesn't reply back to the emails. So on my polyurethane, which I use, this is the poly I've always used ever since I started this. It's a Cobalt, but the company sold out, so they're not making it anymore. So I had to try to find another company, but I had 2 gallons of this left. I was having some issues earlier last month, but I found out that I think the actual polyurethane was, the humidity was actually drawing the bubbles and stuff. So I think that's the issue. So we're going to go ahead and finish that poly out. The way I do mine is I take it out of the can and I put it in a little container, and I'm cheap. I save the brush as well. So when I finish, I just, because I may come out and do 2 or 3 flags, I drop the brush back in there, put the lid on it, seals up. It's worked out perfect. This new polyurethane I'm going to have to move to, I don't know if I'm going to stick to it. I'll show you that here in a second. I just don't like how, yeah, it's real shiny, but it gets a lot of bubbles in it for some reason. Or I may just not know how to do it. Thanks, Matt. For a super chat, I was wondering if you can make a flag for a different country. I can make any type of flag, but I do know the shipping is almost unreal to ship it out of the United States. There was a flag that was going to ship to Canada, and they wanted to charge almost $170 something for it. But yeah, I can definitely make it, but the shipping may be outrageous. Yeah, I can definitely put some special orders. Like I say, is the price be the same, but the shipping is going to be pretty expensive if it's out of the United States. And on the brush, I don't push down on it at all. I just soak it and I just drag it across. I know I've had a lot of people tell me, I need to go to the to spray it. It'd be a lot easier, but right now it just, sometimes I come out and put poly on 3 or 4 flags. Now when I first finish them, I'll have about 15 or 20 of them at a time. I could see doing that with the spray pen, but not just with 2 or 3. Most of the time I make about 3 passes. This is going to be my 3rd pass here. I try to make it real smooth and level. But this poly, it's a water base I use, and it's got a self-leveler in it. So as long as it ain't, on the slant or anything, most of the time it'll level out itself. And always just make sure there's no spots that I've missed, because I try to keep the boards flat, but sometimes after setting a little bit, they do come up. And you'll still have a few bubbles after the 3rd pass. You'll still have a few. I've let it set before. Some of them didn't pop, but I always take a blowtorch and go over the top of it. You don't want to let it set very long. You just want to run it across enough to get rid of the air bubbles. But you want to be sure that you're using a water base, not an oil base. The first time I tried this, at the very beginning, I was using an oil base, and when I tried it, I had a flash for sure. It definitely flashed, so be sure you're using a water base, not a oil base. I No, but on your side it will only to. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna put this up so I can see that a little bit closer to read. Okay, I'll try to answer some of these comments real quick. I know, but on your site, and the officer reported. The flag just depends on what size you get. The 30 by 16 3/4 is going to weigh right about 9 pounds. The 37.5 by 19.5, it's going to weigh about 14. And if you get the extra large, extra large, it's going to weigh right at 20 pounds. So here's the deal on the shipping. And I just eat the cost. Each flag I charge the same for the United States. So I know it costs me $30-$40 to ship to like California and probably Florida as well. It usually costs about right at $50 to ship up north to New York. And I just basically, whatever the shipping I have there, I eat the rest. So if it's in the United States, I will ship it. I say United States. The only place that we will not ship is Hawaii and Alaska. So I hope that answered your question. Let me go up here and read some of these. Yeah, it was awesome watching the kids. Yes, it was definitely awesome. They enjoyed it. Billy, Brandon, my daughter says the stencil. Okay. And actually, I did before I ordered turn it over and peel it. Okay, turn it over and peel it. Okay, I thought she was talking about cutting it. Awesome, just video. What to see? Hey, Mark. I think Mark, you're the one I've been talking through email. You just bought a vinyl machine. Just kicking it down under. Thank you so much for that comment. Thank you. That makes me feel really good because, everything we do it's just us. It's our life, and that's one thing that, I do this. Maybe somebody sees us doing it and it inspires them to do it as well. Yeah, it took a little while to fix that one up. Sometimes they send a picture, but it doesn't always come out right, so I have to go in and actually, one night I'll take y'all into the computer or bring it out here where there's a lot of light, actually set it up, and you have to cut and actually draw a lot of pieces out yourself. Yes, I did love the one with the butterflies and the hummingbirds. That was an awesome flag. I've got a picture of that in my house. That turned out awesome. I was really worried at the beginning, but it turned out awesome. That was a beautiful flag. Yeah, and I'm in the shop for sure now, so I wish I could kick that habit, but I try to keep it away from my family. When I'm out in the shop working, I do dip sometimes. Charge this from up. Let that charge a little bit. Then we'll get that other flag up here. Yeah. guess I'm the guy. No, you're fine, Mark. No, I mean, this is what I do this for. I like helping people. I've got a guy I'm helping in Arizona, Joe. Here's the deal is I received your shirt in the mail today. I just wanted to thank you. Good deal. Thank you. Thanks for watching our live videos. We've been trying to give a shirt away every time we go live with the kids or a night talk or whatever. We're still missing one, I think. Stephanie said we're still missing one, so hopefully we can get that figured out and see who we missed. I think it was 3 or 4 live videos back, but we'll get it figured out. And if you're the one, we'll eventually get it figured out and get that sent to you. I get carried away sometimes. When I first started this, I actually gave away a bunch of flags one night, and you talking about a disaster. I couldn't tell you where the flags were going. I didn't write no names down. It was a bad disaster. And this is the same logo. It's just going to have a different date at the bottom. Or it's got a date, not a actual name or anything. But this is what I do if we're not doing YouTube or filming for YouTube. Is nighttime is usually I'm out in the shop really late. And sometimes you get a bug that will land in here and run everything. But I've got some sanding paper, we'll take care of that. When it gets really hot in the shop, I have to leave the doors open, and we get a few bugs in here, and sometimes they'll get stuck in the poly if I don't shut the door. And that's what they've done on this one, but it's no big deal. Just takes a little extra work, but it'll look the same when it's done. I actually have just started making flags. I'm on my 4th one. In your opinion, what way do you think is the best way to do the stars? Okay, the stars, the best way is, this is how I started out with the stars, is actually using these plastic stencils, and then using the adhesive, spraying on the back, then putting them on. The problem is if you're only doing 1 or 2 of those, that's fine. But if you got 10 or 20 of them you're trying to get done that night, you're going to have a lot of issues. So what I do is I make these stencils. They're one-time use stencils, but they're sticky on the back. It's a stencil, just like it's a vinyl stencil. To lay it out here, I don't know if I've got one. I've actually got one here. I've got one right here that needs to be done. So after I get to poly on this, I'll actually go ahead and set it up, and I'll show you how the easiest way. Now, if you got 1 or 2 of them, this will do perfectly fine. You can get these off Amazon. I think some of them are 19, 20 bucks, but you can use them multiple times before they're no good anymore. But after a while, you'll use them, and when you're cleaning them, you'll bend the corners, so you have to get them replaced. But these here is one reason why I bought the vinyl machine for the logos and decals. So I just basically learned how, I just built my own star union and set them up the size I wanted. Now it's just easy. I'll show you here in just a second. Set it down, paint it, and you're done. There's no, it's nothing hard about it. The cleanup's not hard. Let me get this done here and I'll show you. I get a lot of comments on the stars, yes, for sure. Yeah, by no means am I a carpenter at all. I just know how to make the flags. That's about it. Rodriguez, we'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. You want to try to get an even pass through there on the first one and the last one. I use the second pass to try to even it out and make sure everything's covered, but the third one, the first one and third one, you want to make sure it's even. And when I first started this, I didn't know to put the actual polyurethane in a separate container. But if you use it in the same container it comes in, you get a lot of trash in it. So I'll use this twice and then I'll drain it out and get the trash out. So most definitely, if you buy it by the gallon, put it in a separate container. Matt, have you checked the eggs to see how far the turkeys are, or your chicks? I know I got an email yesterday or day before yesterday. A person asked me, told me how stupid I was for posting videos on how I made my flags because I was going to hurt my business. That's not a smart business decision. Well, for one, I didn't even respond back to him just because I'm not even going to get into that conversation. Here's the deal. There's millions of people in the United States, and I don't do this for a full-time job. I enjoy it. I use it for basically a therapy. When I get home, I come home and actually, not worry about things. But some people, I just wonder why the way they think. I mean, that's just greedy. Because I had to get help to get where I was, so why wouldn't I return the favor? If you're interested in .org, you can also order these stencils off of there too. That wasn't too smart. Luckily that didn't happen. You can also order the stencils for the unions off of there too. Before I move on to that, painting that star there, I need to finish this one real quick here. I've got two of these coming out, so let me clean this off real quick. This flag, it was a real popular flag the last few months. We sold tons of these flags. And it's just like all the other ones, it just got the cross actually cut out of it. Got a little bit of glue there, but yeah, well, that's got a chip. I'm gonna have to paint that. Let me get one that I don't have to paint. Switch these out. I'm going to burn this one and then we can move on to that. When I burn the flags, I just run across it slowly but not too slow to get a pretty good char on it. You don't want to keep the burn, you don't want to burn it too long because then it gets too dark and it ain't going to turn out good. And then you have to go back through and sand everything back over again. It won't look good. I'll let that cool off while I do that other flag. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to paint the star to show you. So I hope you're still in here. Spray bottle. I'm gonna run and turn my air compressor on real quick. Like I say, I change brushes about once. Well, it really depends on how many flags I do throughout the month. I probably get 40 or 45 flags out of one brush most of the time. Just depends on if I get a lot of trash in there or not. So most of the so the way my son actually peeled these out, the kids like peeling these out. So the way I do it usually is they'll come out just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because it's already peeled out and it's been pulled. But they come out just as a square, and then most of the time, if the cutter was set right, they'll pull off. But obviously this cutter didn't go deep enough, so that's probably the reason why I had them pull the stars. But if the cutter is set right, these are some of the first ones that I'd made when we first got the machine, learning how to do it. But if it's set right, you usually can just rip it right up, and then the stars will peel off easily, and you don't have to go through one by one and pick them off. But unfortunately, we still have a few. Them I use if I'm out of the vinyl stuff, actual material. So, like if you was to, anyone that orders these, in which this here lately, these has been a hot topic. Once you get these, you'll get them just like I showed you there. Obviously, you just pull it up like this, and the stars will stay down. And the reason why I do that is some people may want to use the stars for something, because otherwise I just throw them in the trash because I have no use for them. But you want to slowly pull this back. Let me read some comments before I get in this too. Okay. Rustic woodwork family, I'll check the eggs. Oh wow. There's halfway through, I guess. I was told the oil base poly will turn yellow. Yes, you're correct. It will turn yellow. That was some of the problems I had at the very beginning. I couldn't figure out why my stuff would turn yellow. That was the reason, because it's oil based. Yeah, when I first started putting heat on them, it was definitely scary because obviously you got to learn how fast to go. Otherwise, you'll burn the polyurethane. Millions of people, plenty of people to go around. I'm always happy to give advice. Yes, that's the way I am. I always try to return the favor, to give back. If someone asks for a Rebel flag, would you make it? Yeah, I've got that stuff on the website, Daniel. Never thought about touching the polyurethane after you applied it. I will be trying that advice now. Yeah, that's the best way that I've ever used the polyurethane. That's worked out perfect for me. And trust me, I went through a lot of trials and errors on this, and I finally got it down to where I really need it. I've actually, last Christmas, I tried to actually get a couple people in to come and help, paint the actual unions and stuff, because the kids paint the stripes. but it's hard to find somebody to do it the way you want. It's like they always want to go try to find a different way, but I've got it down to what I need and how it needs to be. So they just people just don't listen. My daughter makes the yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of people that makes things out of the decals. Okay, you're awesome, Brenda. Thank you for being such awesome. You're more than welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Joe. There you are, Joe. I appreciate the offer and help you gave me again. You're more than welcome, Joe. Like I said, if you ever have any questions, the deal with that team viewer, how I was able to see your screen and walk you through it, you can contact me anytime. If I'm off, I can definitely help you out. We may just have to schedule a time like we did this go around. Obviously, it's a little bit later. Every now and then I do have something pop up, meetings and stuff at work. So, but I will, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I promise you that. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'll get this up there again. Okay. So after you peel this back, you're going to want to take this piece here that you used, that you took it off of. Where's my knife? There it is. This doesn't have to be straight or anything. And Joe, this might help you in the long run too, showing, because this took me a while to figure it out, but the plastic stencils are, it's probably cheaper in the long run, but if you're making a bunch of them, I've learned that time is money, especially making these flags, and we just got all kinds of things going on. So the faster I can get them painted, the faster I can get them out. Okay. So what you want to do here is to make sure you can see all four corners here, and then you're going to take your stencil, you're going to line it up here at the bottom. Always try to put the stars lined up evenly at the bottom, but sometimes you can't because it's not straight. So once you got on the bottom, the reason why I use this piece of paper is I can actually move it to whichever direction I want now without it sticking. And hopefully you can see that. Scoot it back a little bit more. So the paper, I can just move it anywhere I want without it actually sticking to the board. And now I'm going to go ahead and line it up. And even if some of the unions are different sizes, just because of the width of the board or whatever, it don't matter. You can work it out by the distance of the stars from the top and bottom. You just want to match it up to where it looks right and not crooked. Which I may go a little too far. I use a ruler on everything. Sorry, I'm just really picky, so let me scoot this up just a little bit. You're going to push it down on the bottom really good. Pull it back slowly, because if you pull it back fast, you'll rip the corners and it's not going to be straight when you paint it. Pull your paper back. Line it up like that. Okay. Do not use a squeegee, because if you use a squeegee when you go through here, you're going to hit the corners of it and it's going to rough it up. So go ahead and use the same piece of paper it comes on. Hold it up here. That way it's not going to actually hit the star. It's going to be a bend in it. You want to push it down really good. Still don't go over it with the squeegee, because it's going to be hard to come off, and it's good enough that it's all the way down and it's not going to let the paint bleed through. Let me grab my gun now. So this is the guns I use isn't nothing fancy. You can get them off Amazon. Like I say, there's a video of me doing this, and all the things I use to actually paint these stars. There's a link at the bottom of them. I don't know the exact name of this stuff, so I know there's a link at the bottom. Most of them. I use a water-based white paint. Just because if you do mess up, it's easy to get off. You can back it back. Hi, Cassie from Walker Farm Fam. Thank you so much. I don't know if you got my message. I did go to the post office. Thank you. Me and my family really appreciate it. I don't know how long you've been on here. Maybe I've missed a lot of messages, but if y'all haven't checked out Walker Farm Fam, please go check them out. Another awesome family channel. If we ever move to the country, we're going to have all the animals they do. That's what my kids say. They want to go up there and live up there so bad. So sometimes I will have to dilute this down. Just depends on how long it's been since I've actually used any of it. And I think I'm going to actually dilute this just a little bit. Like I say, this is the actual stuff I use to blend in with it to make it a little bit thinner. It don't take much. I don't know if you can see any of that. So most of the time I save the extra pieces that I'm not going to use for the stencils, and I will place them up here to actually be my cover. And if I got a bunch of them, most of the time I'll just get some and use it, because I know that I'm going to need several pieces of it. But means I'm only going to do one of these tonight. I'm just going to do a piece. Wow. You want to be sure to cover up the whole flag, because if not, you're going to have little spots. I don't care how careful you are, there's going to be little spray spots all over it. It may seem that it takes a little bit to set it up, but once you get this down, it's no time, and you'll be good to go, especially if you're going to do a bunch of them. That's a messed up piece, so unuse it. Make sure when you put your tape down that your tape's not on the stars, because once you go over this, it's going to be really hard to go back over it if you take this stencil off. And if you go to touch something up after you pull the stencil off, you're going to notice it because it's not going to blend in. My mask is broke, or the kids have stepped on it or something. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this mask on, because the paint, there's going to be quite a bit of white paint, and I just don't want to breathe it in. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe not. No, it's broke. There you go. Oh man, kids. Just bought it too. let that air compressor go off and on. Like I say, it usually doesn't take that long, but just because I had to get the gun adjusted, most times you just go through there 2 or 3 times and then back and you're good to go. Set this up here. So I know I can actually put stars on about almost 20 flags in almost probably about an hour and 45 minutes. So it definitely cuts down a lot of time on the stars. But here's the catch. This is the only time you're going to get to use this one, because once you peel this off, you can't use it again. I've tried it, so don't try it if you go this way. When you pull this off, I've had a lot of questions. How do I pull my stencils off without it all tearing? It's all what corner you start on and how fast you pull it up. After you do a bunch of them, you'll kind of know what speed to actually pull them up at. This will take just a few minutes, but it's better than having to peel it off piece by piece. So if y'all know very much about mask, obviously I got to get a new paint mask. Do any of y'all out there use masks? What would be a good kind? Because I'm definitely not going to try to get not top of the line, but just something to protect better than just like a little old mask. But I bought that one, a good one, and it seems like the kids always tear things up. Like I say, it takes a little bit of time, but you'll get it all in one piece. No, I don't. This is, I guess you would call this a shop. Actually, this was our front porch when this all started. And when we first started, started selling a bunch, and it was cold. We had got a bunch of the Walmart boxes, and we had boxed ourselves in on the front porch so we could do it and not be so cold. And our landlord actually came over and boxed our front porch off. So we've kind of used it as a shop. See, I've got it all in one piece. Most of the time people can't get it all in one piece, but you just take your time and it will all come off in one piece. Because if it don't, I mean, you're going to have to go through here and pick pieces by pieces, but I don't always get it off because a lot of times I'm in a hurry. So, I'll shut this. And look how crisp the stars are. I mean, there's none of the stars, and the lighting sucks, I'm sorry. But as you can see, none of the stars like it's got runs or anything like that. They're really sharp. That's one reason why I really like the actual stencil vinyl for the stars, because trust me, these things here, even if even if you want to try to do this without using adhesive, I mean, you've got to hold your hand just perfect through here, and once you start blowing on it, the air is going to go underneath and it's going to start moving. You can, let me grab this. I'll go ahead because I don't use that anymore. I've been sending these stencils out to people that order them just to let them try it, because I don't use it anymore. Let's see. Okay, I've got some adhesive here. I've got a flag here that I've messed up on several times. I was making this flag for a guy, and it seemed like it was cursed. I don't know if you can see the outlines, what's left over, if you can make out who that was for, but I'm sure he's got a pretty good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it off, and I'm gonna show you on the Hi Sandra, how are you? I hope that helps you out, but I'm going to show you this, what I'm saying. I mean, you can order that stencil stuff or get it yourself. I'm not trying to sell it, but I promise you, use this after. I'm going to use a smaller one. This is the same material. So what I would do is I would take this adhesive then I'd let it air out. Then you go to place it on your flag where you needed it. I wish the lighting was better in here. Hopefully it just looks dark to me. Well, let's just measure it. They're just right at 3/4. No. Yeah, they're just right below 3/4. So after you paint it and everything, you let it set, and then you're going to peel it off. And you got to peel it slowly, because if not, you're going to actually pull up the paint or the stain. Okay, it peels off now, and you got pretty stars, the first one. So I'm going to zoom you in here. Hopefully you can see. If I get it the right direction, I hate to move it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move it. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the sticky stuff left on there, if I got it. So now you got the leftover adhesive on your flag, but you've got your stars painted though. And you're gonna let them dry. Let's see if I can get you set back up. Whoop. That's the reason why I didn't want to move it. You're going to want to let it dry. And then you're going to have to try to take the adhesive off without taking your paint. And that's the tricky part, because it's almost impossible to take the adhesive off without taking the stars that you've already painted. So what I was using for the adhesive is a mineral spirits to actually wipe the actual adhesive off, which it does a good job taking it off, but it. Then you dry it off, But then most of the time, the actual paint would come off the stars. So I found the ideal that I could let it set for 2 days, and then I could come back and take the adhesive off, and then I could get most of it off, but the stars, it would still take a lot of the paint off the stars. So that's when I started doing research, and I was already wanting the machine to do the logos, and I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy some of the stencil stuff and just try it. And I tried it, and I mean, now I wouldn't go back for nothing. Yeah, actually, this flag mat, I'm going to actually clean this up, and I'll strip that off, and I'm going to try to use that flag again. We'll see. Let me answer some comments. Okay. I hope that helped anyone out there that was wanting to know. Okay, do you wait to put the flag together when you receive an order? Sometimes it just depends. Right now, right now I have all sizes already made, so they're in here on the rack. Let me take you. I'll just. Gotta excuse the shop. It's extremely dirty. But right now, we keep most of all flags in stock, so when they are ordered, we go ahead and take them off the shelf, take them in there, clean them like I did a while ago, and then put the decal, or if they just want the actual flag, we will take it in there and put 2 coats of polyurethane over it, and then it'll be ready to go. So so as you see, I'm starting to get empty spots here, but I've already got flags that can go on them. They're down here. I ran out of room, so I'm having to stack them up. I've got some stacked up in another room. As many of you know, that, as I said before, I had a large stock ready to go to the meet and greet in here a couple months ago and prior, but it got canceled. So after I start building again, I've already got some of the wood already in stock. Let me tighten this down. I've already got like the wood that needs to be, like, these are the 30 by 16 3/4. These are the small side pieces. These are the large. And then I've got some extra large over here when we get started. And then all the unions, let me turn this around so you can see it this way. I always try to keep about 20 or 30 unions ready to go, of different sizes, different colors. So pretty much whenever a flag is ordered, and if I don't have it, we keep the strips, some of the strips in here because I'm out of room in the paint room. But most of the time I keep all the actual strips in the paint room over here on this rack, and then back over here, and then this rack right here. So I hope that answered a lot of y'all's questions here. I'm gonna try to set this back up, and we'll try to get another one going here, maybe. Okay, Rustic woodworking family. Yes, I will definitely do that. I meant to do that the other night. Just make them aware of that message you got, because that's really the reason why I haven't really made anyone else. You probably know what I'm talking about, and you can fill her in on that. I didn't see any issues earlier, but I don't know. Brenda does a great job on face. Yes, thank you so much, Cassie, or Walker Farm Fam. Yes. Do you have a shop? Okay. I use M752. Okay. Is that like a reusable mask, or is that one that you can keep all the time? That's what I'm going to try to find, because I use that thing so much. My mother's name is. Mark, you can use the white vinyl. The only reason why I don't, I've tried it once before, and I've sent a couple flags out. It sticks up just a little bit, and I don't like it. You can tell the difference once you paint the flags, and send it out. You can really tell the difference between the vinyl and the paint. It just looks better, I think. I was going to drive from California to meet and greet. Yeah, I wish we could have the meet and greet. Hopefully they reschedule it soon. Jeff, it is hot in here. I mean, I've got a little AC, but it doesn't keep it all the way nice and cold. But that's the reason why I'm hoping that one day we do get a move to the country, because I'm going to make a big shop that actually has a central heat and air, because, I mean, I'm going to work in it and do YouTube stuff, and hopefully I get to leave, just live out in the country and do my thing. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, make the flags and they're hand carved. There's a guy I work with. He's with the Sulphur Police Department. He just started making them as well, and he does the carving. He did carved his stars and stuff, but he's making them for friends and just family. And I did when I started, but the issue is when you start getting 30, 40 orders, and then it's taking 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours to actually cut the stars out. It's just not time-wise smart on that. I mean, I just couldn't keep up. I mean, they turned out really nice, but I just couldn't keep up, and it's just me and the kids, which me and Leighton did it at the very beginning. Now Addison is getting involved, and this year Kayson will get involved more than he did last year. Other pieces, I've seen other places who do flags, but only 2 options. I've seen other places who do flags, but only 2 options for much more than yours. Yeah, I get that a lot, Vicky. And there is a place in Tennessee, I do believe it is. When I first started, there's a company out of Tennessee. I can't even remember the name, but it was close enough to mine that I started getting hateful mail, because they went in and took thousands of orders, and they promised them to have them out by Christmas. Well, people didn't get the orders, and they was waiting a year after, and they still wasn't getting the orders, and people started filing lawsuits on them. But it's to file a lawsuit on somebody for $200 or $300 is almost, it's not worth it. Other than putting them through, the time of going to court and stuff, you're going to waste more money. But they did get, they was with the, what do they call it, the business association, whatever. They did get flagged with them, and they shut them down. But I think there's 2 places in Tennessee like that, or 2 places that build flags. One of them was a very bad place, and still I look every now and then, and I do get a few comments, but after they realize it, most of the time they'll buy a flag from me, and after reading my reviews and stuff, because most of the time, if we're not like covered up in orders, we can have a flag out in probably 5 to 6 days most of the time. Now, before we got on YouTube and started getting tons of orders, we could have a flag out in 2 or 3 days as soon as the order come in. But the orders just starting to come in pretty heavy. Not only that, we started doing YouTube. Just got so many things that's going on, and I really like the YouTube, because it's really built so many memories with our family that it's unreal. And we've got it all, and we've got it all on recording, so it's really nice. I really like that, because we go places to the creek, go fishing, and all of it's recorded, and one day that's going to be priceless. Can you show what? Okay, the hangers. Okay, I have two different kinds of hangers. This kind here is for the actual medium, or the 30 by 16 and 3/4. Let me open it up here. If I can see if I got one. There's one separate. I send two of these hangers with the small ones, the medium ones. I mean, we've kind of done away with the extra small. Two of these hangers go with the small ones. I call them small now, but it's 30 by 16 and 3/4. And any of the flags bigger than the 30 by 16 and 3/4, we send 3 of these dowels that will screw in the back of the flag, and then it's got the place you can hang it up. We send 3 with them. So when we ship out a flag, we'll send the stuff to hang it up, and we always send a here's the ticket. We send the stuff that hangs it up, and basically it'll be inside the package along with the ticket that we mark with that flag. So we'll have a ticket that flag went out, so we can keep track of them. And then we always put our YouTube card in there now. And then the back has got, you know, the information about the website and our flags, things like that. It's just really dark. I'm gonna switch you sides and see what that's like. But we send our YouTube card, and then on the back it'll have all of our information about our flag and our website and other things we do. But the ticket deal is really smart because it helps you keep track of the flags and how many you've sent out. Ever tried to set up a stand at a... Jeff, I've set up in a couple different places, but it's... And we sold a lot of the flags, but the time that... I mean, staff and them has went out there for me, but it's just much easier to sell them online because I can actually, you know, be in the shop working and orders coming in. Because time I set out at a market or something 5 or 6 hours, I could have got a lot of stuff done in a shop. So just with us, it's so hard. Now I did have a couple stores buy some. I gave them at a better price so they can make some money. But other than that, that's about the only time they actually go out to a store or something like that. I tried to hand carve stars on my first flag. I now do it the way Brandon does. Yeah, Joe, that's what I mean. It's just so hard to carve the stars. It just takes so much time, especially when you start getting tons of orders in. Yeah, Cassie, the memories will always be there, and I know this will probably sound bad, but I believe since we started YouTube, it's not maybe, I wouldn't say like a better father, but we do more things. We go do other things out of the routine. And I know it's sad to say, but other than before we started YouTube, I lived in this shop 24/7. As soon as I got home from work, I stayed out here and worked all night. Get up in the morning, start the same thing. Now it's just like, it's good for us. It breaks me up from the shop to, you know, spend time with the family, and it's just so hard with everything going on with work, and then you know, training. Right now I'm training both dogs. Harley, he's out of shape really bad right now. I can't believe how far out of shape he is after just about 2.5 weeks, but trying to get both dogs back in shape. She's just I haven't worked with her much like I should. just because of the time, and then come back and work in the shop, and then make videos and edit it and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's been really busy. Well, thank you, Vicky. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't remember if it was you or Walker Farm Fam that one of them has a video with the card. I couldn't remember which one it was. I just seen it pop up the other day, so I was like, "Oh wow, that's awesome." Um, I do explore card. I do put decals, but not marquee. Yeah, the decals, I think, make things totally different because um, it just gives it a different look. Now, I will say when I first started putting decals on the flags, um, I got a lot of hate mail on that, a lot of hate mail. Um, but I don't see how it's disrespect to the flag, and especially now with what people are doing to flags. But this was 2017 when I started getting the hate mail. But now you got people burning the flags, so I don't guess they care too much now. Um, yeah, she has edited a couple videos, so she same deal. She's busy with the kids all day. She's making the shirts and stuff now. So, and we're starting to get quite a few orders on shirts, and which is great. Um, which, as many of y'all know, is the daycare she worked at. It burnt down, and we're waiting for that to rebuild so she can go back to work. So now she's just kind of building shirts, and we was trying it before the place burnt down, trying to see if she could just stay home and be full-time mom and just make a few shirts to supplement the income, and the with the pandemic going on, so it kept the kids and stuff home. But after a couple months, we had already had it in a talk that she's probably going to have to go back to work, and then even right before she starts back to work, it catches fire. So, which she has never done this, and I've done it once, but she had to file for unemployment, and I mean, I hate that, but it really ain't her fault that the place burnt down, and she's entitled to it. But sometimes it just kind of feels weird to have to do that. Um, so, but things are picking up. Yes, we put the card in. Okay, yeah, I knew it was one of y'all, but I didn't know which one. Do you and your family do YouTube with? Do you and your family do YouTube with? Yeah, we try to do it with respect, integrity, and I mean, thank you so much. Just kicking down under. What you're doing isn't. Yeah, I do agree with you on that, Vicky. It's not actually on the flag. It's something that I make. Just kicking down under. Amen. The good Lord is saying she needs to be home. Yeah, she does. Yeah, and we enjoyed it, and I mean, it was, just trying to learn to be together 24/7. That was, at first because we didn't have our time, so we learned that us going out on dinner dates and stuff like that was started doing us good to get away from the kids and just go have our time. And I know she's got to have her time, and my times when I come out in the shop and I do my live videos, I really enjoy it. I really do, because some of y'all I can like. Seems like I've already seen y'all in person, but I kind of see your thumbnail. So yeah, a lot of people say it though. Let's see. I wished Rick would say that's okay or not, because I just don't want to put this on that flag. Let me look here real quick and see if he hasn't commented. Man, I really need to get that on there too. Um, but we'll just see. Have to wait. I don't want to put it on there and then it actually he don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and wait and get that on there. So we did set the number on the last the video I posted with all my flags. If you haven't seen it, just about every design that we've made, I put in this small clip video of the flags. We set 300. Since then, we're right about probably 265. So we've sold several since. After we run out of that 300 flags, if we get close towards Christmas and we still have time, we'll open it up for more numbers. So, you know, which will next week or next month, and when the next month comes, we'll start pushing that more for everybody. You know, if they're wanting some for Christmas, to definitely get the orders in, because we're going to only have a certain amount of numbers of flags, just because I don't want to have to be out here night and day. But if I have to, I will, because I mean, this is the busy time that we're working towards, is to, you know, after Christmas, you know, the first 2 or 3 months is kind of lay back and just kind of enjoy life. We made a lot of YouTube videos at the first of the year because I was trying to get monetized. Like Matt, the Payne family, the one that's highlighted in blue. He's also got a YouTube channel. If you're just joining us, go subscribe to his channel. He's got 30,000 watch hours or 30,000 watch minutes left, and he can get monetized. And being monetized as a YouTube channel is a really big thing. So please go over and watch his autoplay to help him get to his 30,000 hours. I know I've got 2 or 3 phones now going on it, since I've got 2 out here. But you know, that's one thing I like about the YouTube, and I did not really realize it at first. But all the channels are like family, in which there's a lot of channels that, you know, I haven't really met or talked to in Oklahoma, but most of them I have that I've recognized, or me and my family's watched. So it's a close-knit family. I mean, I consider it as family. We, you know, if we need something or need advice, whatever, we can, you know, send a message out and, you know, talk to them. And I know when channels get bigger, it's hard to, you know, respond back to all the messages. Every now and then, if I do a video with somebody that's got a lot of subscribers, and, you know, obviously you're going to get thousands of messages, and it takes a while to answer all those messages, but you know, we try to answer them the best that we can, kind of surface through them, just because we like to read them for our kids reads them, or I say kids, Leighton reads them, just because there for a little while we was getting some hateful stuff about my law enforcement stuff. But I think the videos with law enforcement stuff from here on out, I'll probably turn the comments off, or we're fixing to start this membership deal, and that might be a membership deal access, because most likely people that's going to hate on me isn't going to want to be a member of my channel or whatever, because they just don't like me because of what I do. But I enjoy what I do. I wished I could retire in it, but I just don't think the way it's going now, that it's looking that way for me. If I had the opportunity, if I woke up overnight and somehow I got 100,000 subscribers and I can make YouTube videos every day, it wouldn't take me much to retire. I can promise you that, because I would love to just go get some land and just, you know, get a small building and, you know, just live in it and just build as we go. So that I know it's silly, but that's kind of my goal right now, is to move out in the field with a barn and live in it and build our own house. It will be something that my granddaughter, yes, it will. I promise you they will last too. I have not had anybody come back with any complaints. Yeah, go hook him up, Billy. It is. I mean, which I see. We see each other through videos, so we kind of we know what we look like or each other looks like. Um, and my wife got on to me last night or whatever because I asked Matt what size shirt he wore, and he said medium, and I was like, what? I mean, he doesn't. He looks like a big guy, which Tim said that he thought he was taller. So, the phones make you look different. I mean, me, I'm a big old guy. I wear 2X. I weigh close to about 300 pounds. So I mean, it may not look like that, but it does. Well, Matt, I hope you've known Cassie your whole life. Nancy, how are you? The kids are asleep. Kayson went and spent the night with my brother. He had his MRI today, so they're going to go back next week to get the results to see what's going on up there to cause him have the small seizures. How many scrubbers do you need on your YouTube to make money? You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 40,000 watch hours, which Matt's already got the watch hours. He's needing about 30,000 minutes left, but he's probably about 25,000 now because that was last night. So we've been pushing it pretty hard trying to get him there. So hopefully he gets there pretty quick. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Probably going to regret it. Ugh, that's nasty. Yes, Daniel's channel is awesome. Orange Family Homestead is an awesome channel. He finally got to retire, and that's a good deal. I'm excited for him. Especially with what's going on these days, for sure. Yeah, he will definitely make it there soon enough. Prayers you'll get your land soon. Yes, I'll just keep telling myself that every day. Because that's just the goal I'm going towards. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, like Walker Farm fan said, Jeff, to actually make money to where it starts impacting, the just adding up is, it really counts on the views you have, how many subscribers you can have. I mean, and for instance, this, you can have, like I've got right at 4,000 subscribers, 4,200 subscribers. And Matt has, I think, right at almost 2,000 subscribers. And you go back and look at our videos, he's got way more video views than I have on any of my videos. So it really doesn't matter on the subscribers. It's really the people that interact with you, if they connect with you. Me, from the very beginning, I've always tried to be out front and, honest with everybody that has watched my videos. I try to comment back and forth and try to, be a part of the family, because when we got into it, I didn't realize it was like this, but it's all like a big part of the family. Excuse me. Like I said last night, there was, when I first started, I got my start from Arms Family Homestead, Smoky CNC Woodwork, and Keeping It Dutch. When I first got started, I made a video with all three of those guys, and they was at Keeping It Dutch, and Daniel was right about 50,000 subscribers. And I made a video with them. They posted it, and I ended up getting right about 2,500 subscribers from them. And then I got several from Brian for Smoky CNC Woodworks. If you're not subscribed to his channel, go over there and check him out as well. If you love woodworking and things like what I just did, he built an actual CNC machine from ground up. I mean, he did research, he built it himself. So he makes a lot of cool things. So if you want something cut CNC, send him an email. He'll definitely do it. But I got my start from those guys, and I thought, you know, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to try to make friends with other YouTubers and send them flags, and, you know, see if they like a flag with their logo and stuff. So I started reaching out to channels I had already watched, and the comments that I got back, I was shocked. I mean, it kind of floored me. It took me a little while. I kind of stepped back from YouTube, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. But for instance, I offered the guy the flag and asked if I could put one on his logo on my flag, and he basically turned me down, and he said, I see that you just started, and, you know, we all start at the bottom, and, you know, you just need to work, and you'll eventually get there. Basically denied me. And he wasn't the only one. It happened 2 or 3 more times, and I just finally, I mean, I just quit reaching out to anybody trying to make friends. And here's the deal: I watched their YouTube channels before I even thought about having a channel, and I was just like, I don't watch them anymore. I mean, I'm not going to say their name, but there's 3 of them I definitely don't watch anymore, and I like their channels, but not going to watch them because that ain't to me. You know, here's the deal: anybody needs help, I always try to help anybody that needs help, even if they've got a channel. You know, another YouTube channel is Our Cabin in the Woods. Tony, he's a small channel. He's got right about 450 subscribers. Every chance I get, I try to give him a shout out or something, sending people over there, because you know what? I was small at one time. We all was small. So why not help each other? I mean, it ain't taking nothing out of my pocket to help him. I mean, and I don't have to accept something to help him. I just want to do it, and I don't understand that. But I do know sometimes people take it the wrong way. But I promise you, these big channels, they didn't get there by they had help somewhere. They just didn't do it themselves. I promise you, they had help. I hope we get to do the meetup soon. Yes, me too, Matt. I'm very excited about that. How about state flags? Ever tried to do those? I have done some state flags. I have done a couple state flags. Now, I haven't made them big. The biggest ones I've made is probably, I don't know, probably 8 by 8. I haven't ever made a real big one, but I mean, that if it was ordered, if somebody wanted, I would look it up and see if I could do it. If I could do it, I would definitely do it. Yeah, Kay's been with us from the very beginning. If it's a flow. If he's having plenty nails, it's better than. Yeah, Vicky, they go back Wednesday, and Steph's going to go. I'm going to watch the kids, and I don't do too well when it's my kids and the doctor. I don't do too well at all. My kids get hurt, and I start panicking. It's weird. I don't understand it. But if I'm at work, it's just like I'll run. You know, when I hear a kid's hurt or whatever, I'll run straight to it. I want to be the first there. I want to be there to help. But when it's mine, it's like I lose control, and I'm just like, somebody call 911. But yeah, I hope and pray it comes out good, and I know it will. I believe that, you know, whatever it is, it's going to be healable. God will touch it, and He'll take care of it. I started watching you when you. Yeah, and a lot of them, when Dutch and Daniel, we did that one video, that's a lot of them is, that's where a lot of my subscribers went for sure. Yeah, they haven't talked about the medicine yet, so hopefully, I'm hoping it's just something that he can outgrow. Yeah, they show their true colors for sure. Yeah, you definitely don't need a channel. The meet and greet is for everyone, for people to meet other channels, for the subscribers to meet the channels, the people that have channels. So please, if you're close and we have it again, or they get a chance to set it up, please come out, because I mean, we spent so much money on cards and just everything we was going to set up, and then this come down. I was like, oh my god, because um, just look, we'd been looking forward to it, and it got canceled. So we'll get to do it though eventually. Get a drink. Some people are more about the numbers than relationships, and yeah, you're right, Cassie. Some people are all about the numbers, and some people will just say things to get the numbers. But if it gets to be something like that, I don't want to be a part of it. For one, I want to teach my kids to help others without wanting to receive something, and that's the big deal. Um, Last night, I showed y'all if you was on here, I showed you the little video from Stephanie's phone where I held pictures up of different kids and asked him to tell me the difference in each one of those pictures. Well, in those pictures, there was every race. There was Indian, white, uh, African American, Hispanic, every one of them. And I showed him 3 or 4 pictures, and not one time did he say there was a different color. And that really gave me chill bumps to know that he doesn't recognize that. And that's the reason why we try to keep our kids away from social media. Because if you let them watch it right now, they're definitely going to know. And I don't want my kids to be raised like that. So, I mean, to me, that was just like, that's a good job right there. That's like a boss coming up, patting on the back, man, you're doing a good job. And that really made me feel really good to see him not notice that. I worked in the medical field for years, but I suffered from seizures too. Well, like you said the other night, hopefully if that's the case, he can take medicine and deal with it. But whatever it is, we'll handle it. Um, you know, we'll just handle it. I've heard of other bigger channels saying not to ask them for shout outs if they are small. Yeah, Sandra, you're right. You're 100% right. And I want y'all to hold me to that. If, 2 or 3 years down the road, I'm up to 50,000 subscribers, and if I'm like that, I don't need to be doing it no more. Is it just me, or is the video blurry? It may be. It may have something on it. Just sit. I bet it is because I painted. Where's the? There it is. It's probably from the paint. heard a few channels say that like they are starting with 100,000 subscribers. Yeah. You can have everything you want in your life, and you just help enough people to get what they want in their life. Yep. It might have been the paint there. I'm deal was. All right, I'll just turn the Wi-Fi off. We'll turn it this way so I can have the deal. This is the first energy drink I've drank in years. I've just got to be up for a while tonight, and so I thought I'd try it. It's probably been 10 years since I had one of those. I used to drink them. Well, no, it's been longer than that. Probably 12, 13. It was before me and Steph got together. But where was I going with that? Blurry YouTubers usually have each other. Yeah, you're right. They do get too big for their britches. But, you know, here's the deal. I mean, they may be like that, and one day all of a sudden they lose all of their subscribers, and you know, it's not likely it's going to happen, but there's still a chance. You know, there's a chance that it could happen. I just subscribed and will view some after this. Sweet. The Payne family, they have said. The Payne family, they have said, right. Yeah, go subscribe to the Payne family. They're a great channel, and you know, which I talk to Matt. You know, at least I guarantee it's probably at least once a week or something. So yeah, it's a great channel. So go subscribe, help him get his. Yeah, that's no Mountain Dew, Sandra. Yeah, I confused y'all because I haven't had that drink in a long time. Hopefully the blurry quit. Now you're back. Okay. I just checked the settings and I got changed to 144. I put it back to 720 and it's good again. Yeah, it's a NOS. I used to drink them back in the day. They didn't taste like they do now. Maybe my taste buds are different. Yes, that's me. I try to help other channels. You know, I'm going to make sure it's something I stand behind. I'm not going to recommend something if I wouldn't recommend it for my kids. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. This is a channel that has straight, true values. Yes, Walker Farm Fam has got awesome footage. I love the way they raise their children. I'm telling you. I want to say 2 years. I want to be doing something like they are. That is just awesome to watch them. And even, you know, Matt's channel, you know, listen to his kids tonight talking about the turkey and, you know, the chickens finding, they found the nest, you know, earlier that day. And that would be cool, just to allow your kids to roam around the yard, you know. The worst thing you got to watch out for is snakes or something like that. But mentioning that, I was coming home the other night, just about off work, and we got a call of a guy got bit by a snake. So they was coming down a dirt road. We met them. They pulled over. The ambulance arrived. Excuse me. But I've never seen anybody in person get bit by a snake. So I asked him, I said, are you sure he said it was a copperhead. I said, are you sure it's a copperhead? He said, yeah, we killed it. So I took a picture of it, and that, I've never seen a copperhead that red and shiny. So I asked him, I said, because the guy got bit on the bottom of his ankle. I said, well, how did he get bit? And he said, well, we're just standing there, and the snake come up by the fire, and my buddy got up and tried to step on it. And I was like, that wasn't a very bright idea, to step on a snake. And obviously alcohol was involved, so I bet he thought he was moving faster than what his body was moving, and that's the reason why he got bit. But he got bit on the side of the ankle, and he was probably about 12 minutes before we got to him, or no, probably a little longer than that. But by the time we got him in the ambulance, his ankle was already like extremely big. So, which in that case, I'm glad they was there, because I didn't know what to do. Do you cut the circulation off? I've never had, you know, any snake calls like that. That was the first. Yes. Was he that shiny? No, he did go today, and they did do it, but they got to go back next Wednesday to get the results. So we got to wait, which they called this evening and asked her to come back up there next Wednesday. And my question was why can't they tell you on the phone, besides have to drive all the way to Oklahoma City? So the first thoughts are in my head, you know, it's going to be bad. And I guess the lady heard me on the phone, and she was like, no, it's the doctor wants everybody up there to give the results face to face. So hopefully it ain't bad. I mean, obviously something's wrong, but, you know, we'll work through it. Yeah, I'm terrified of snakes. I killed a snake one night and posted it on a video. I caught a lot of grief over that, but here's the deal. A good one's a dead one to me. I don't care what kind of snake they are. And that's... Yeah, I totally understand it, but, you know, I mean, that's a long time to wait, you know, a week to know what's going on. Luckily, you know, it's not affecting him much other than the morning times. So, no, you just get medication to help. Cottonmouth. Yeah, they say that anti-venom is extremely expensive. I know our hospital only has so many vials of it. I think they carry 2 or 3, but it's extremely expensive. Yep. I don't like them neither, Cassie, at all. Brandon, I really hate to... No problem, Kay, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, it's almost midnight here. I've got a couple other things I got to do. But just sometimes I get on here and get carried away. I enjoy it so much. Yeah, I hope that's the deal, and you know, it'd be nice to. I'm just ready for it to be here. I don't like to worry, you know, especially because there's always been something that kind of told me something was going on, just because of the way he would kind of shake or lose control. But just ready to get it all figured out. Good night, Kay. You have a good night. But Matt, I wished I could take these watch minutes and give them to you, because it looks like we've been on here for, oh good Lord, a little over 2 hours. So that would be some good watch minutes. I'll have to see how many watch minutes it is when I get off. I'll send you a message. When you shut off your podcast tonight, how many flags are you going to make? I'm not going to be making any more. I'm going to be putting some polyurethane on a couple other flags, and then I'm waiting for a gentleman by the name of Rick. He's got 2 flags ordered, and I need to clarify on this logo. I really wished he had come on here. If anybody subscribed to that channel, which I can't because that's the phone, is I don't know. I'm new to this channel here, so I'm hoping he will send me a message back so I can see if that's what he wants. And then he's got his son one, and we're going to put 3 different decals on the top of it. So I've sent him. I always send a picture to most of the time to clarify and make sure that's what they want on their flag, the position. But if it's something simple that I've already got on the website, like a Army or a Navy, the logos we use all the time, I usually just stick it. Now, if they want to add a name or something, I usually let them choose where to put the name. You know, that's the... Yeah, I looked them up last night. They're from Florida, and they've got a lot of chickens. And let me tell you, they build some really, really nice chicken houses just for their chickens. It's pretty amazing. But they got some, what do they call them? Koki goats? Some kind of goats like that. They got a few of those. I seen one earlier, maybe it was last video. They had some bees, but it looks like they got quite a bit of land. They've got a few animals, so they're just, looks like they're just starting. So Kiko goats. But I think it's going to be good once they get, you know, rocking and rolling, and yeah, I think it's going to be good. Oh, you already subscribed to them. That's awesome. That's what I did last night. I watched, I don't know, 8, 9 videos of it to see what all they had. 8 by 8. That's a pretty, yeah, that's bigger than our little chicken coop. I mean, from my understanding, the way I seen his, he actually like builds them chicken houses. I mean, they was huge. He's got several runs that, go over there and check him out. And I did watch enough of the content that there's nothing in there like I wouldn't let my kids see. You know, there wasn't no swearing or nothing like that. So, I mean, go check it out. You know, if you stop in there, tell them Rustic Woodwork and Family sent you over there. Because, I mean, the videos I watched, I didn't see anything that, you know, any type of profanity or anything that I wouldn't let my kids see. Watch me say that in the first videos y'all click on. It'd be something silly. So, But no, I'm gonna get ready to finish these up. I got some of the bigger ones up here. I don't know if y'all seen those, but this is the biggest flag we have. Is the 48 by 26. That's the 37 and a half by 19 and a half, and then that's the 30 by 16 and 3/4. I do not make the small ones anymore, just because of the time. I mean, I need more time to do the ones I've got, and we get more orders for these. But I will show y'all. This is one of the first flags that I made, and y'all will see the difference after y'all see this flag. So this will go to show you, practice makes perfect. This is one of the first flags I made. And let me tell you, when I made this flag, I thought, my Lord, this thing looks so good. As you can see the yellow in it, that's from the yellow, that's from the oil-based polyurethane. But yeah, I mean, I thought this thing was just amazing. And then now, we make these. So it just goes to show you, practice makes perfect. I know these has got a little gloss on them, but that's real yellow looking, and the stars, the wood's totally different. So I haven't been able to find my first flag I made. So this flag here was a mess up on a decal, so I had to do some sanding on it, which you can't really tell it, but I think what I'm going to do is end up setting like some of the flags that, you know, I don't want to sell for, you know, the full price, but like half price, something that I don't want to let go because it's not 100%. Sell them at a different price, or we may even give them away. I don't know, but I'm starting to get a pretty good stack of them. The one I was working on mats, I think I'm going to be able to, you know, fix this one, and all I've got to do is go in and I'll take the lettering off, but I've got to sand down past the polyurethane to actually get the logo and stuff off, and I'll sand it down really good. And then after it's sanded down really good, I'll come back across and I'll put a couple coats of polyurethane on it, and then it'll be ready to go out again. Hopefully, we'll see. But if it doesn't work out that way, most of the time, if I don't end up giving it away, or, you know, sell it half price or whatever, we'll just use it for something else. What's the name of their channel again? Law Farm, I think it is. Yes, you cannot. Matt is definitely on it, and Cassie, I'm gonna add you after we get off here, because I have to go to my computer. But if you don't mind, but I'll send you a text, because we had some things the other night. But yes, he does an awesome job. I mean, that's awesome. And I like it, especially like videos like this tonight. And I don't know if y'all liked, I mean, because I do a lot of stuff in the shop. I mean, if y'all like watching me do things like that, it may be something, you know, I start, you know, doing a little bit live, but I don't want to burn people out. And if I have to, you know, we'll just, you know, do it live, and we'll cut it off. Because one thing, even if I end up deleting the video, the time and stuff still goes towards the channel. So a lot of the other things that I've been deleting is if something is said that I just don't want somebody to know, to take it out of context. Take it out of context. I can't even talk. Take it out of context and try to use it against me. So we're always getting stuff sent, you know, videos always been sent to the sheriff's office, and social media on traffic stops we do. So they would love to be able to get something like that. The cross. No, it's not carved. It's cut that way, which they're all cut that way. Each board is cut to the individual pieces, and I'll set blocks in here and then glue them up, and then we'll end up putting some slats on the back of it, and it'll be ready to go. Like I said, for some reason, them have picked up tremendously. But blue line flag. Here's a thin blue, and once again, most of the time somebody will call in and they'll want a name across here or a badge, so we'll clean it off, put whatever needs to be on there, and we'll ship it out. And then we've got a red one. Let me get it. There's the thin red line. As you can see, we don't sell many of these. This has got quite a bit of dust on them, or it was closer to the bottom. But, you know, around Christmas time, it picks up tremendously. The other one I've got is one that I kind of messed up on, but I liked it towards the end. This is one I've had for some time. So the deal with this one was I messed up on the stars, so I had to go off to clean them up, and then I ended up just fading the stars out, kind of sanding them down to try to make them blend in. I haven't decided if I want to put this on the website, or I may have already put it on the website as one, just to see how it sells. But we've had that for some time. Blue looks awesome. Blue line flag. So thank you. The cross, I think, would look awesome. Yes, it has been ordered. The cross has been ordered with the In God We Trust. It's been ordered with the I Pledge Allegiance. A lot of them has been ordered with Bible verses. Your brother's-in-law. Wow, I didn't know that. Is he here in Oklahoma, Cassie? Can you post a few pics of the flags for us to share on Facebook? We can help advertise. Yes, I will. I'll post a few of them on our Facebook page, and that way you can share them. I've seen some guys build outer frames around the flags. I've never really tried that. Yeah, that Nancy, that faded one's the first and the only one I've ever made. I've never really tried to build the outer frame. And I know that's probably the reason why I get so bored a lot of times, because I've got it all set up in a routine. I know how long it's going to take me to make it. You know, but if I ever get a big enough shop, I'm going to do some other things. I'm going to make the actual, I've had several people let me make the, what do you call it? The beanbag boards. What do you call that? I don't remember what it's called. But, cornhole boards, yes. Yes. Yeah, that's no problem. I've got some that on the Air Force. I've got some with the boats, with airplanes flying over them. I've got some with the helicopters flying in. People coming out of the helicopter. You know, have 4 or 5 guys already on the ground. One of them hanging from a rope. Pretty much anything you want, I can make, or we can figure something out. Crocker simple center. We love the flag. I'll have to check that out. Never heard of that channel, I guess. Okay, Nancy. Yeah, let me get. I'll see if it's actually on the website, because here's the deal. I probably won't make any more like that. So you have one of a kind. So, that's already gone. But yeah, I'll just try to make all different types, which we have. Which this one is the darker one, and then we've got this one that's the lighter one. You can kind of tell the difference. The biggest seller is the lighter one, and like this one here is, I mean, I'm going to end up trying. I don't like it because the stars just does not look like they line up very well at the top. So this will be another one that I'll probably just go ahead and finish, and I'll put a discount on it, just because I just don't like how the stars came up at the top. They look unlevel. So, and then there was another one. See, this one was sitting over there for some reason. Same deal, is like this corner has come off or something, and I've tried to fix it, but the star's a little bit crooked. So that will be another one that I will either try to sell half price or something like that. Because once you go in and you try to take that off, sand it down, it causes so much problems up here. It's really not worth the time. So. I mean, here's the deal. The flag isn't, I mean, it will still look good. It's just me. I just don't want to sell it for, you know, what I would actually make one that does look right. There was one more I was going to show you. Let me put this up here. I wished I could find the first flag I made. I really do. Like this flag here. When I made this flag, it was one of those nights that I was in a hurry, and I had probably about 50 of them laid out, and I was going ahead, I glued everything together, and I didn't notice that my clamp had slipped, and the actual union had went back further than what it should have. So I had to go in here. There was a lip that was sticking out. I had to go in here and sand it down. I've got to sand it down a little bit more, but afterwards I'll come through here and I'll repaint it. And I mean, it'll look the same. You won't ever be able to tell it, but I mean, almost. It's just like a little more too much work than what it's probably really worth, because I've worked a couple hours on trying to get this right already. So I'm always getting some of the flags that, you know, I've messed up on and trying to fix. And then I still got several up there on some of the smaller ones I have back there that I first made. Someone didn't pick it up or a special order, so I've just kind of got stuck with them. Okay. Oh, okay. Jason Crocker, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Well, hopefully I'll get set up for something like that, Matt, and I'll hook you up. Okay, yeah, I didn't realize it. I should have put the last name Crocker together. Yeah, there was a lot of sanding for sure. Thanks for joining us tonight, Cassie. All of y'all, thank y'all. I'm getting ready to get off here. That way I can get some other stuff done and quit talking. Just a little bit of... Yes, I know. It's hard to let something go out like that. Y'all be sure, if you're not subscribed to the Walker Farm Fam, go over and check their channel out. You will love it. The Payne family as well. Totally love your woodworking flags. Okay, I can definitely do that for sure. So, anyways, I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. Matt, thank you for helping me out in here. And that's what I was getting to a little bit earlier is, you know, working, and I can't monitor all the comments, but obviously in the future when more people join, there's going to be people say things that I want to be intercepted. And I know Matt would do an awesome job with that. And then Cassie as well. So I'm fixing to get that done. But yeah, I will share some photos on Facebook for sure. Yes, I will share. Be sure to make it go set your YouTube up on the Payne family. Watch autoplay their videos. Let's get them to 30,000 by, let's say, Friday. We can do it. 30,000 by Friday. Just click on, go to video playlist. Click on the video playlist. And if you'll just set it there, it will play out. And obviously, watch it as well. It's really good entertainment. You'll really enjoy it for sure. So, once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. And I hope y'all have a great night. May God bless y'all.